Derek back here with a little update on the Dynasty. It's been a minute since I showed it up. Got another video I was trying to post. I'm having trouble with the internet. But anywho, by the time you see this, the other one will have already been posted. But anyways, there is now a functioning gas tank in the car. Installed that a few days ago. So we got the new fuel tank in. I tried to show it, but the just didn't work out. So I got all new fuel lines ran over there. I don't know how well they'll show. New fuel lines, new gas tank, and we've got the brake lines. Yeah, I know, I see it. New brake lines, and then I realized that I'd forgot to order the brake hoses because they're, I don't know if you can see them or not. They're tucked up underneath here. But they're kind of in rough shape, so, oh yeah, you can see it right here. That's the brake hose, so it was not even going to try to run those, so. I ran the brake line that went over top of the fuel tank, so we didn't have to worry about that. And the part ran out of memory there, but the part showed up today. I ordered, just because I was on Rock Auto, the wiper blades are so cheap. I think I paid like $2 a piece for them. So we got all 4 new hoses. I went ahead, the fronts looked okay, but while we're in there, we're changing them all. And I got new wheel cylinders just because there's probably a good chance that the bleeders are going to break, and if they do, we got new ones on hand. Hey guys, back out today. We actually got a nice day. It's Saturday. It's got to be close to 60 degrees outside now. So I thought we would continue on the Dynasty. Starting to put the brake hoses on, I had to pull that little hose mount bracket off because the clips and everything were kind of rusted in place and didn't want to break them. So I bought new wheel cylinders for the car. I showed you in the last video, but I think they've been replaced because these things are in like perfect condition. The inside of it, there's not even any rust, no evidence of leaking whatsoever. They move freely, and the bleeders, that was my concern. I figured they were original. I do believe that being this car is a 91, and it's probably done a lot more stop and go driving and a lot more sitting than actually being, driven out on the highway. So there's a good chance that this wheel cylinder's already been replaced. The way the bleeders broke free, it was like a brand new cylinder. There was no resistance on either side. They just broke loose. So we're gonna hang on to the new ones and just keep them in the parts supply in case we need one in the future. But there's no sense in changing parts that don't need to be changed. And guys, I spent literally a couple dollars a piece on those, so I have no problem, having them. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think they fit the minivans too. Could be wrong, but I also have a Plymouth Acclaim that I know takes the same parts. So yeah, we'll just keep them in stock, and I'm sure they'll be useful at some point in time. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with them, so I'm just gonna let them ride. The brakes are in good shape. There's no delamination. We just got the drum off. Gonna clean it up a little bit. Gonna repack the wheel bearings. The grease was, it would have been alright for a little while, but the grease was starting to harden up, so it wouldn't have flowed very good. And there was already some light scoring on the bearings, as evidence that the grease was beginning to fail the last, while the car was still being driven. So it's definitely time to do it. The bearings aren't damaged. We're going to run them. They'll be just fine. We can always change them later. But there's the one new hose on the brake bracket. And we're going to run all new lines. I'm probably not going to do anything with the fronts today. The front lines don't look terrible. I'm going to change them, but not today. My mission, I've got a few other projects I want to work on around here. So the mission right now is to just get the car up and functional. So it runs, it moves, it stops. I mean, these lines up here are not as bad looking as I thought they were. They're really not. So I don't mind running those for a little while. These brake hoses, same thing. They're not terrible. Better than I thought they were going to be. So we'll change them. I'm going to end up taking it over to my buddy's shop at some point and putting it up on the lift. Because as you can see right inside the car. See the seat? So this is obviously going to have to get reworked. And I think it's going to be easier to do that up on a hoist, so I'm not laying on my back trying to weld. So we'll probably pull the front seat out and just roll the carpet back, drape it over the back seat, and we'll just cut and bend new metal, because the frame rail part of it's in excellent shape. You know, even underneath here, all that's really good. It'll clean up just fine. So from here back, the floor is fine, but right here there must have been some leakage, some moisture intrusion somewhere that caused this to rot out. But maybe when we have it up on the lift, if I deem it necessary, we will probably replace the front lines and the front hoses at that point. But you know, all that'll be done before the car gets put into daily service, of course. But you know, sometimes you just got to change gears and keep moving forward, and that's exactly what we're doing. You know, I can't restore the whole car in one fell swoop because, like I've said honestly, the car doesn't need it. It's not going to be a show car. It's not going to Barrett Jackson anytime this year. So it's just going to be a good, solid, reliable, daily driving car we can have fun with. It's not going to be perfect. You know, if we decide we want to go two-tracking with the car, then that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, it's like I stated before, it's a nice car, but it's not a perfect car. It's not going to be a show car. It's never going to be a high-dollar car. It's going to be a car we drive every day. It's still going to look respectable. It's going to look nice. It's a car you can be proud of, but it's also a car that you're not going to feel bad if you get a little scratch or a little ding in it here and there. You know, it's that kind of car. So we're just going to do what Chrysler intended us to do. Drive the living shit out of this thing. So yeah, we're going to take care of it. I'm not going to beat on the car or abuse it, but it's definitely going to get, you know, it's going to get used for its original intended purpose.